Hello there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. I've got a new project that I want to share with you and that I'm hoping to do start to finish. It's a journal that I'm going to make for a very good friend of mine. She's got a big birthday coming up in February, and I know it's a long way off, but with the speed that I do my crafting, I need plenty of time, and also we'll have the big chunk of Christmas in the middle. So by the time Christmas is out of the way, her birthday will be nearly upon me. So I want to get most of this done before I have to start thinking about doing a Christmas journal, which I probably will do this year. I did one last year, which I will show you nearer the time if I decide to do a new one. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a sewing journal because my friend has always done sewing ever since I've known her. And that's a very long time now, over 30 years. So I thought it'd be really nice to do something for her that would really mean something. So there'll be lots of fabric in there. I'm going to hopefully do a lot of sewing. I'm going to do I've got some ideas for the cover that will be a bit of a challenge, but I'm going to give it a go. But the first thing I thought I'd do is just show you what I'm going to use for this journal, because I've been collecting DigiKits. I keep seeing them. Gail Agostinelli does like to feature digital kits on her channel, and a couple of times she's featured some really beautiful sewing kits. So I thought I have to have those. So I already had a couple. Now I've got 4, plus a few other bits. So this is a little find in a local charity shop that I found last week, a couple of weeks ago, which I was really pleased about because I really wanted to use some of this paper that I've seen Rachel use a lot of the time in her journals, and I thought that would be really handy in a sewing journal, sorry. So I'm going to use a bit of that. That's something that I'm going to possibly work with later. Right, so I have a variety of kits here. G. Kerr does her Friday freebie, and she's featured sewing freebies quite a bit, so I'm going to be using some of those. This is Home Book Treasure. This is a kit that I'm going to pick bits from, and it's got lots of ephemera. The ephemera's already been cut out. I've been busy cutting out all my ephemera, so I'm ready to go. So there's that one. Then there's a lovely kit here from Hello Susan. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for. I just liked it from Romantic Arts, and I thought maybe perhaps I could do a bookmark or something with that. I know it's not strictly sewing, but I just thought I just like the ladies. Caroline's Craft Tree, another sewing kit, really lovely fit sewing kit by Caroline. So I'm going to use some of that. And I started off, this is the first one it's just Artie Maze's collage kit. It's not a full kit, it hasn't got loads of ephemera with it, but I really just wanted it for my signatures. And I've got plenty of other ephemera, and I shall be wanting to make some ephemera as well. So these are what I am going to use. So I'm just checking that I'm recording. One moment. This is all. Yes, I am. That's good to know. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm and I've never done them where I'm actually crafting and speaking at the same time, so it'll take a bit of getting used to doing this new way of crafting. I used to do craft for hours and then have to condense it all down into 15 minutes and then do a voiceover, which was what used to take me all the time, and that's what I ended up getting fed up with. So this is going to be a bit of a new adventure, doing it all speaking as I go. So if I forget to talk sometimes, please forgive me. It's just I'm not used to doing that. So I thought I'd just start off by going through all of these digital kits and picking out what I want to use as my signatures, and then what I don't have as my signatures I can then use to make ephemera with. So I should be able to get good use out of all of these. So I'm just going to go one at a time and just pick out some that I think I might like to use. These are really, it's going to be hard to choose between these. This one is not, it's really lovely, but it's not overtly says sewing to me, so I think I probably won't use that. That one I do love for sewing because it's got sewing written on it, so I think I might use that one. Love that as well. Yeah, these are really difficult to choose. I think I might put that aside and use that for ephemera. And I might, oh no, that's the same as that one. So I've got that one twice. So if I backed, oh, that one's already got a backing on it, so I can definitely use that. So I'm not sure if there's any so these are both, I've backed them because Artie Mays includes some really nice backing papers as well in her kit. So that works for me, because I'm probably looking to find about maybe 10 pages for the signatures, and then I'll fill it up with other bits and pieces, with some coffee dyed paper or some what's it called, avocado dyed papers and other bits that I fill it in. I've got a magazine that I might go through and pick out 1 or 2 pages from. So that's the Artie Mays papers, and these are all the Caroline's Craftery. So if I take out her papers and pick some of these out, I'll try to be organised. Put these back in this folder. Okay, and then let's have a look through these. Well, straight away I like this one. It's got the doily on it, and I think that will look really pretty. Oh, and I've already backed it, go me. Some of them I have and some of them I haven't. So that one can go in. I like that one as well. Let's just have a quick look through. So this one, but I'm thinking if they've got sort of small areas on like that, they'd be quite good on ephemera. This is quite cute. I think I might put that in. I may cull it down a bit further later on. I'll just pick out the ones that I like. I quite like that. That's just, she's rather different, isn't she? Oh, that's been backed as well. Surprise myself sometimes. I've actually done something. I've actually backed some of these, and I like that. And also, that's because it's got the lines on. That can be written on. That'd be quite handy as a sort of page if my friend wants to do some writing in it. Like that one. Ooh. What about that one? Like that. Okay, so I picked rather a lot of those. So I'll just put the remaining ones in here. I say I may have to cut it down a bit further when I've gone through all the kits. We'll see what we've got afterwards. Okay, and say that one I don't know quite what I'm going to do with, but I just like that one, so that might go in somewhere. Okay, the Hello Susan kit. I think I've still got some ephemera I haven't cut out yet, so we'll see what we've got in here. Okay, that's a bit more. Oh, that's the papers. And also, which I really love, it's got this pattern for a strawberry pincushion, which is really fun. So I've actually printed that onto some coffee dyed paper, and I thought, well, I can just fold that up and either put it in I can sort of do it like that, or I might put it in an envelope, or just perhaps do it as a little trifold and put it in a belly band or something. But I'm going to definitely incorporate that as a piece of ephemera on its own, which is great. Love that. I don't know whether my friend will feel like making it, but you never know. Right, so these are a slightly different style. These ones. These is by Hello Susan, but I love them. They're colourful. Stitching time. I might end up reprinting when I've picked the colours, pick the ones I want. I might reprint them onto coffee dyed paper just to give them more of that tone that the others have got. But I just think they're so pretty, so I really like that. I like that. Don't know whether that might be quite nice for a journaling cards, cut up for journaling cards. I might do that. Not sure. Let's have a look. This one's already set up as to make into journaling cards by the looks of it. Oh, I love that. How will that look? Obviously these have still got to have some backing papers on them. Enjoy the little things. Actually, it looks like it needs a bit of trimming as well, so it'll be more like that. So that's cute, like that. Anyway, so I think I'll pick that one. And this one I like. I like them all. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Oh dear. Difficult, difficult. Sewing mends the soul. That's a lovely sentiment, isn't it? Perhaps I'll put that one there. I think I might put sewing mends the soul in. And this is a bit of a more like a backing paper, so I might use this and back some of these. Print them again with this on the back because that's quite a nice soft backing paper. Okay, so that's those. That's Hello Susan, the lovely kit. I mean, you could just make your whole journal with one of these kits, and I'm sure many people would do that. But I'm a bit of a magpie. I like a bit of this and a bit of that, and I like all the things. I like to mix it up. One digital kit is never enough if you can use 3 or 4. As you can see from my purple kit, I used at least 3 digital. I think I used mainly 3 digital kits there. So this time I'm going for 4. And then there's these ones, which is from Home, Book and Treasure, which again are a very different style again. And I really like this. I love this colour, of course. Turquoise Treasures. That's the colour. That's my favourite colour. So that's going in. That's a little on the yellow side, I think, for me. So I might make some. What we got here? That's different. Okay. Is that this one? Yeah, that's this one. I think I reprinted some of these twice because they, if they printed so that they were borderless, because my computer will print borderless and get rid of all the borders, but for some reason it also gets rid of all some of the bits around the edge. So I printed this and trimmed it, and look, it's got everything in, but it's made it. I've had to cut bits off at the sides. But it doesn't matter if some of the pages are a bit smaller. Oh, and I think this is when I was starting to lose the ink on my one of my ink cartridge running out, so it's coming out in purple. So, oh, that was really purple. Look at that one. That's what tends to happen when my cartridge runs out. Things start to go purple, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I could probably use some purple things. So this is this I think I could use to make some ephemera with. Isn't so much my style, but I think here we go. It's more purple. Right, so possibly use a bit less of that one as far as the actual papers go, but I will use. I've got a nice lot of ephemera to use. I've already cut out here. So that's going to go in there. So that's all my papers. Let's see how many I've got, shall we? Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, I didn't really want quite as many as that because I want to intersperse with some other things, and I think 15 pages is going to be enough. Because by the time you fold them up and use both sides, you're ending up with 60, so 60 pages. So definitely going to use these two. They're my beautiful Artie Mays pages, so definitely those two. I'm just going to have to cut it down a little bit, I think. Right, I've got these ones. These are from Caroline's Craft Tree. So So that one, maybe this one isn't quite, it's cute, but perhaps it's not quite in the same. I think these two are the ones I will take out, I think, of that one. I've got that one, and that one, that's 5. I've got these two, that's 7. So that leaves me 3 or 4 from this lot. So Sewing Mends the Soul, Beads and Baubles. I've got quite a lot with this on, with this dress form shape on it, so maybe I can take that one out. I love the idea of Sewing Mends the Soul, so I think that needs to stay in. And then I've got these 3, so I think that's my 10, which is what I was aiming at. That's 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Fabulous. So that's my 10 pages for my signatures, my one signature. Some of those will need to be printed. Some of them will need to be printed with the backing on. Some of them have got backing on. Most of them have, actually, surprisingly. So that's great. So I'll put hang on, that one, and that one goes back in the Hello Susan folder. I'm losing track now. What I've got. This is Hello Susan. So these two. Get that one out of the way. This one goes back in here, and no, that goes there. Okay, put that in there. And this one is Caroline's Craft Tree. So that goes in back in here. And then we've got all this paper to start to do possibly some collaging, or just to make ephemera with. I've got a load of bases that I can use. And I just need to add in my extra pages now, don't I? They make up to the 15. I may find that I actually don't need many more. I'll see what... I've got a magazine I want to use. Okay, this is a charity shop find. I couldn't find a date on it. I'm not sure when it's from, but it's probably not really old. But I did find something, because it was advertising a craft fair or something at some point, and sewing, needlecraft and stitching shows. Is there a year on that one? No. I did see a year though. Somewhere. Sure I did. Anyway, I'll have a little look through. See if there's any of these pages that would work as a... See if there's a date on here. See if any of these pages would work as a page in my signatures. There's a lot of, I suppose it's cross-stitch patterns in here. I might be able to pick out. I did wonder about that. This is rather nice colourful page. I don't know. There we go. Entries must be sent to arrive between 4th of January, 4th of February 1994. So I'm guessing that this is a magazine from 1994, which doesn't make it quite vintage, but you know, it's been around for a while. So I'll just have a quick look through, see if I can find anything that I might like to use. And I think I can cut some of these little squares out with embroidery on them, things, and make them lots of really pretty embroidery things that could be made in, you know, incorporated into my ephemera as well. Oh, look, happy retirement. There we go. Well, that's a good one for me. Yep. So I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to use, if I'm going to use anything. Whether I'm just going to use it for making ephemera. What's so nice is that these pages are really thick. Some magazines are quite shiny. This is quite a nice thick matte paper. So it would be quite nice to use in the signature, just because it's got a bit of weight to it. That's quite nice. Stitches. I think I might use that page that had the... Ooh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, yes. Both of these are quite... Well, what about this one? I think this one's quite good because it's got something interesting on both sides. Not too much in the way of... Oh, and it just came out. So if I could just do... No, I might do that. That made quite a nice signature. Yep, okay, so that's going to be one of the signatures. And then there's lots of things in here that would be great to use for ephemera. So today it's now the next day. I have 2 batteries for my camera and they both died before I got to finish my film. So I've had to order another battery which has just arrived and is now charging. I think I have one battery that will charge enough to get me to the end of the video. So I thought I'd better get it finished and then I'll start a new one for the next time. That I was going to do a bit more today, but I think I'll just keep this one short. So I've got all my papers for my signatures. I'll just go through them with you quickly one more time, just to remind you what I've got. I've got these 2 Marty Mays, both backed. I've got these 2 from Home Book Treasure, also backed with some digital coffee dyed papers. This is the kit from Caroline's Craft Tree, backed with some lined papers and some quite pretty coffee dyed digitals. That's these ones. And then I've now got these ones also backed from Hello Susan, which weren't backed previously. So I've got this one from the Sewing Mends the Soul one, which I've got this pretty pink floral paper on the back of. And I've got this one, which has been backed with some a lacy digital that I made myself. And then this one, I changed my mind. I was originally going to use this one, but I've changed my mind and I've decided to use this one, which I've actually printed onto coffee dyed paper, so that I didn't have to back that one. It's already on coffee dye. I printed it on the white paper, and it was just so glaringly white and pink, and it just somehow seemed a bit too much. So I think it is possible that my ink cartridge is running low and it's beginning to look a bit more pink than it would have done. So I thought if I put it on coffee dyed paper, it will look about right to go in the journal without having to get a new cartridge put in just yet. So that's that one. Those are the digital papers. Then I've got another few that I picked out to complete my signature. This is a sheet of avocado dyed paper. Couple of sheets. They're pretty plain. My coffee dyeing. I don't really do a lot of fancy coffee dyeing. So a couple of sheets of coffee dyed paper, and then a couple of pages from that magazine I was showing, the stitching magazine. So this one, which is a pattern for a cross stitch pattern, which has got a bit of cross stitch on the other side. I may well change my mind about these. It's quite possible. These are the ones I've chosen for now, but I could easily change my mind. And then I've got this one, which is about doing various stitches. And I like these ones because they're pretty much the same back and front. They're not all covered in a load of ads or text. So that one, I think that's a definite. This one is probably the one I'm going to use as well. So this is my signature, 15 sheets. As I say, they might, I might change my mind again, but at the moment, these are the sheets I'm going to use. So I'll just put these together, see how they look folded and arranged as in order. I've got to decide which one I want as my front page. Love these digitals from Artie May. She does do some beautiful stuff. I've got loads of her digitals. She's probably the one I've got the most of. Her and Roxy Creations, I think, from Rachel's Roxy Creations. Got a lot of hers as well. They do beautiful work. Very inspirational. Right, let's just try and get this to fold evenly. I think we're there. And it just gives you an idea of how each page will look when it's folded. And this one. It's funny, isn't it? Whenever you're trying to do something, if you're trying to do something when somebody's watching, it never quite is as easy as when you're just doing it at home by yourself. Are we there? No, almost. Oh goodness. Right, hang on. I just can't get this one to fold. Hang on. There we are. That's that one. Probably should get my bone folder, but I think I'm alright. I don't need them to be really sharply folded. I just want them to be folded in so that I can see, so I can put them in the order that I want them. See which ones. Ooh, something's not quite right here. It's not straight. I must have trimmed it and not trimmed it very well, but never mind. Don't suppose anybody will know. So I think that's, yeah, that one's nice. I like the way that folds. The pictures on both sides, that's really good. And then there's this one, which is more of a writing one, I suppose. I don't know how my friend, when she gets this, I don't know how she'll use it, whether she'll use it or she'll just look at it and say, oh yes, that's very pretty, thank you very much, and not do anything with it. Who knows? But she might, if I kind of give her an idea of what she could do with it. She might use it to record photos. That's what the way I use journals, not that I've done many yet, is to put photos in them and then write about the photos. So, from a scrapbooker's point of view, I suppose that's how I would have the photos as my spring point to my journaling. I'm not really one to journal just by itself. I would only journal to talk about photos that I've used. I did a Christmas journal last year. It's not a December daily because Christmas started before December for me with Christmas shopping. So I thought, well, rather than just saying, just limiting myself to putting in Christmas stories around December itself, I actually went back a little bit to the first Christmas shopping trip that I did in the middle of November with my daughter. and only journaled when we did something. So I didn't journal the whole of December. I just journaled anything that happened to do with Christmas. Whether it was a visit to a Christmas shop, or I don't think we did a Christmas fair, but we did do we did have a Christmas shopping trip, and that was loads of fun. I don't suppose we'll do that again this year. I don't know. It'll be a bit more difficult to do trips to shopping malls this year. Well, at least I'm not in any hurry to go back to the big shopping malls. I'll go to a few little shops. That's about it. Okay, so now that's all my pages folded. Let's see which one I want to have as my front page. Put these as my filler pages. Here's my filler pages. I still think I like this one, and it does say sewing on the front, which is quite nice. So I might start with that one, and go to that one, and maybe this one. So they're just all a bit different. This one, and then I'll put in one of these. It's just a starting point, really. I might put that one in. That one. Maybe that one. Oh, I don't think I've got any of these in yet. This one. That one in. And then another one of these. One of those. Oops. And this one. Don't know how that's going to look. Hang on, let's see. Might put a pink one in there, and then this one would go quite nicely in there. That one. This isn't quite right yet. I think I quite like the idea of that being in the middle. So I might fold that the other way. Okay, so put that there, that like that. That's quite nice. That one. That one. Don't know. Maybe, actually, this one will be better here, because then I've got pink with the pink. That would be nice. Then that one. Then that one. Let's see where the other coffee dye paper is going to go. Maybe I'll put one in here. Yep, split those up a bit. Let's see. That's quite full enough. Some of them I may feel the need to trim, I don't know. Don't usually. People don't seem to trim them very much, so I don't suppose it matters if they're not completely even, as long as the cover is bigger. So we've got that, and this is a little bit smaller anyway, and then that one, That one. That one, I think. That one looks quite nice there. We're in frame. Better just check we're all in frame. Nope, seems to be. Okay. I like that page. Some pages work better than others. I like that combination. I quite like the pink together. And then the Sewing Mends the Soul. I like that one. And that one. That in the middle, that's rather nice in the middle. It's such a beautiful page. It's nice to have that all in one spread. And then they go back the other way. That should be fine. Yeah, I think that will be okay. It's possible things will change in the course of events. But that's it, that's my signature done. So I think I had planned to do a bit of collaging as well as part of this video, but I think I'll stop while I'm ahead before my battery dies again. I think this one's okay. I got rid of the one that only lasted 5 minutes. This is the other battery that lasted, I think, somewhat longer. I suppose this is what happens when you don't use your camera for 18 months. The batteries that you had that worked perfectly well then have somewhat degraded over the time and don't work anymore. So one of them's had to go in the bin, and this one I'm using now will probably be my backup battery, and I'm busy charging my new battery, so that should last me for a whole video next time. So thank you for joining me. Please do join me for part 2 of the journal for my friend, the sewing journal. I'll be doing part 2, working on doing some collaging to make ephemera. Because I've got a lot of cards, but I haven't got any tags. So I've got lots of things I can be making, and I shall make a start on that in the next video. Goodbye.